What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today is finally the day where we get to do the full reveal for the second floor. Now, I've been working on this floor for about a year now, so everything's pretty much been done myself. I did hire a couple people, but we did end up firing them just because the quality work that they were providing just wasn't up to par. So I ended up just finishing it up myself, and it ended up taking a little bit more time, but today is the day, so come on in and then we'll show you guys around. Let's go. All right, so the first piece that you guys will get to see is the kitchen. And honestly, this is my favorite room, if not the second favorite. The reason why is because I pretty much did this from scratch. The only thing I didn't do was I hired a contractor to put up all the drywall for me, which is a good friend of mine. And other than that, I did the flooring, I did the cabinets. My friend helped me with the granite countertop and the sink, but I connected the stove, the fridge, all that. So this was pretty much like 90% on me, and I'm really proud of that. So if you guys will take a look, this right here, these cabinets were from Lowe's. Honestly, it saved me about $2 grand because we went with a higher quality cabinet from one of my friends who does kitchen installs. And his cabinets are great, but I just didn't want to spend that much amount of money down here. So honestly, these were, I can't remember how much I spent. There was a video that I'll link below that you guys can get to go see, and I mentioned the price there. I want to say it was like $1,500 for all of the cabinets that I needed, maybe 12. The granite countertop I think was around $700. But other than that, the backsplash is something that me and my wife picked out. So I think the colors match nicely with the countertop. The sink is about 33 inches wide, which gives enough space for the tenant that's moving in April 1st. So this right here is definitely something that I love. I haven't added the handles yet, but that will be added before they move in, which is great. And then we have a little fridge here. This is the biggest I can get through this door here. So I couldn't do anything crazy. And honestly, the layout here, there wasn't enough space to put it somewhere else, so it had to pretty much be here where the old fridge was, but everything is up and running. We have a little pantry here that's also all set, so the flooring also goes into there. There's a couple shelves. Honestly, these shelves, this was like old plywood that was there, and I bought like this vinyl wrap, like this marble vinyl wrap, which actually looks pretty cool. So if you guys want to save some money, this was probably like a $5 roll at Lowe's. You can kind of just cover your plywood that's there and make it look a little nicer. So if you don't want to buy anything new. All right. So also what I ended up doing too for a lot of these doors, I ended up saving the old hardware. So this house is from 1930. So a lot of the old like mortise locks I cleaned up the copper that was here. Some of them have nice designs, so I ended up keeping all of that. My father-in-law helped me put up the microwave. He helped me put up this cabinet here just because I needed a little bit of help, but the stove install was pretty easy. It was just connecting the gas lines. You guys want to make sure if you're doing it yourself, just test it for leaks. Obviously you don't want a fire to happen, but all of this is good to go. I made sure National Grid actually ended up coming out and doing something for me in the basement, and I had them check it, so everything is also all set and good to go. So this is pretty much the kitchen. If you guys didn't get to see, the vinyl flooring I picked out was from Floor & Decor. And I can't remember how much we spent. Again, I think there's a video on that I'll link below, but I think this ties in the room pretty nicely. And from here, we'll go into the first bedroom, and then we'll kind of keep going around. All right, so these bedrooms, I want to say are 12 by 14, 12 by 15 maybe. They're pretty big. This is a 2-bedroom, and then there's a huge double parlor that you guys will get to see. But this room, I ended up pretty much saving the hardwood floors on all of the rooms that I could. So I had a company come for me, so they came out great. I love them. Now, the only thing I didn't do in this room was put the casing on. I haven't added it yet, but that will be added before we move it as well. But other than that, this room also has a huge walk-in closet. Now, don't flame me in the comments, but I didn't sand these walls, so like I painted it white, and you can see obviously the pieces that weren't sanded, but there is a rack right here for them to hang their clothes, and then there is a little shelf up here as well. But it is a closet. I kind of slacked off a little bit, but I just wanted everything to be done a lot faster. So don't be like me, finish it, sand it, so it looks a lot nicer. But again, they also sanded the floors in there, so they look. But it's a huge walk-in closet for them to go in there and hang their clothes. Now, I ended up finding out a week ago that this window was broken. So I ended up having my local glass company come out, and they're gonna replace this. And honestly, I think they only were charging me $150 to $200. So these windows are From what he told me, might have been from like the 90s, 94, 95. So if you have old windows and some of them are broken, you don't have to replace the whole window. Sometimes your local glass company will come out, replace the glass, and then you'll be good to go. So I'm just gonna make sure I tape that up, make sure they don't open that up. It won't be ready by the time the tenant moves in, but it'll be ready in a week or two. So that way I'll make sure I'll go take it down and then replace that. Now, I ended up buying blinds for all of the rooms, so all of those are pretty much installed already. I have a quick YouTube short on that, you can go watch that as well. I ended up painting these doors gray, and honestly, I like it. I was gonna do white, but there was already a lot of white in the house, so the gray I think makes it stand out a little bit more, especially with this doorknob here. So this is bedroom number 1. Now let's go on to bedroom number 2. All right, so this is bedroom number 2, and this one's a little bit smaller. The only difference between this room and the other room too is that this closet isn't a walk-in, but it does have a longer pole to hang your clothes. I think it's about 4 feet wide when I measured it last time. It does have a couple shelves on each side, but also, again, I kept with the mortise lock, cleaned up the knob, and then the little decorated piece that's on that door, I kept that as well. Now, all the baseboards in the house were painted, so I ended up sanding them down, painting them white. And I used like Rust-Oleum paint. I have a quick video on that I'll link below. But it saved me a ton of money because when I was looking to buy covers for all of them, I think they were like 40 to 50 bucks, maybe a little bit cheaper than that, but it would have cost me upwards of $300 to replace everything in the house. So I just ended up sanding it all and painting it, which saved me way more money. So if that's a project that you guys want to do, it's pretty simple. You can watch the video that I did and go ahead and do that. Now, also what my local glass company did too was these screens, a lot of them were broken. They ended up re-screening it for me. They charged about like 20 bucks a screen, which wasn't bad. I think I only had 4. But you could also do it yourself if you buy the material in the screen and stuff like that. It's a real simple video. I'm gonna end up doing one actually tomorrow. I bought a kit that I needed to do for 2 last windows here, so I'll go ahead and post that so you guys will get to see it. But again, all the blinds were installed here as well. The door was also painted gray, just to kind of stand out a little bit more. Other than that, this is bedroom number 2, and I will go on to the bathroom, which I also love how it looks, so we'll come this way and take a look. All right, and this is the bathroom. So it came out really nice towards the end. So during the beginning, I ended up having to fire the contractor that was doing the work here because just he wasn't really detail oriented. And I feel like in a bathroom and kitchen, it's very important to make sure it looks as best as it can. And the tile work is okay, but I feel like if I would have did it, it just would have turned out a lot better. But I just tried to save some time. I didn't really vet the contractor, and that was on me. So he just didn't end up finishing the job. And one thing that really pushed me over the edge was that when he was done, none of the little moldings that were here, he didn't have. So like it was just like the bare tile that was brown. I don't know how he would get away with anything like that, but luckily my friend ended up coming and helped me out. He saved the day because we added the little trims here to make it look a little bit better. It's not perfect, but I learned my lesson that if I want something done right, either hire someone that's a professional, or I could do it myself and obviously learn and do a little bit of a better job. But I did end up adding the vanity. I connected all of the water lines, the mirror. We ended up finding this nice light. This was from Floor & Decor as well. So this was something that made it stand out a little bit more. I ended up adding the little towel rack. Now for the shower curtain rod, I didn't want to drill into the wall. So we just ended up finding something at Lowe's that you honestly could just, once you have it set in place, you twist it, it locks, and it's pretty strong. Obviously, you can't hang on it because it will fall down, but for a shower curtain, it should be okay. And then we ended up painting everything in here. I added the toilet, the water line. So overall, I love the way that the bathroom turned out. All the little details that we have in here come together. Everything is chrome, so I try to match it as much as I could. It's a really nice space for the people that are moving in. So from here on out, we'll move into the double parlor, which is probably my second favorite room in the whole house. So let's go take a look. All right, so this is the double parlor, and as you can see, there's a ton of space here. I thought about adding doors just to kind of separate the space, but living room there, dining room here, vice versa, however they want to configure it. But this light we ended up finding at Lowe's, which I thought was really cool, so we added that here. All of the paint was done by myself. I ended up using the airless sprayer, so I have a video on that I'll link below, so you guys can go check out as well. All of the shades are up, all of the screens were replaced. The floor was also done here, which honestly, the company that I hired, they're out of Central Falls in Rhode Island, so if you guys want to know who they are, just hit me up and I'll link you to them. But they were great. They came in, took them about like 2 or 3 days, did the whole house, and then they were out of here. So great job by them. So once we added the door, the other day I looked in my comments and there was a guy who mentioned that I should put a clear coat over it. The reason why is because we live in the Northeast, and over time the moisture would wick the door, and that was a great idea by him. So I ended up adding the clear coat a couple days ago. I didn't shoot a video on it, but it was pretty simple. I only used the water-based one because it's an exterior door, but it's inside. It's not gonna be wet or get hit by the snow or anything like that. So it was a water-based, it was pretty easy to put on. And it changed the color a little bit, but not as much, and I still love the way that it looks. So that door is pretty much all set. They do have like a little porch that they can go out to. I would go out there, but it's raining and I just don't want the camera to get wet. But that section is all said and done for them to be out there as well. So the last piece of the double parlor is this little closet thing that I have here. I built it for all of my IT equipment. I've been in IT for like 10 years, so I might have went a little overboard, but I have all of my network equipment in here. So this manages all the cameras in the house. We have about 5. We have 3 APs, or like wireless access points, on each floor. So each floor has their own network for Wi-Fi. And then this also has like the doorbell that manages all that as well. So everything is connected to here. Everything records as well with the DVR. So this is a little overboard. Everyone's not gonna do this, but this is what we use for like businesses that we manage and stuff like that, when we put it in their system. So since I work for an IT company, I was able to get a lot of this stuff and just install it in my house. So I love the way that that turns out. I can manage everything from my phone, or if I'm away. If you guys are interested in stuff like that, just let me know and I can point you in the right direction. But other than that, we pretty much wrapped everything up. So it's been a year in the making. It's been a lot of fun learning everything myself. If you knew me a couple years ago, I can tell you that I can probably pick up a hammer and a drill. If you're gonna tell me that I was gonna build the whole apartment and start from scratch, I'd tell you you're lying. But it's been a journey. I learned a lot, and honestly, it's been great because now anything that I want to do, I'm pretty sure I can do 99% of it. There's certain things that obviously that I hire out that I don't want to touch and stuff like that, or that would need a permit and all that stuff. But for most of the stuff in your house, like if you learn how to do it yourself, you just save a ton of money. At least for me, I thought it was a lot of fun, and now I can teach this to my son, and as I grow older, I can continue to do this as a side job if I really wanted it to. So with that being said, guys, I thank you guys for tuning in this long. Please go ahead and like and subscribe. Let me know in your comments what your favorite section of this home is. Let me know if there's anything that I could have maybe did a little bit better. I'm always open to suggestions. And other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.